If overstepping your boundaries was a person, then this judge would be him. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a judge out there in Cook County, Chicago area, Illinois, who has stripped a mother of her parental rights to her 11-year-old son because she has not gotten the shot as of yet. Now, I've heard quite a few horror stories from family court, the mom and the dad fighting each other inside the court, pistols getting drawn, kids getting used as pawns for money, for attention, all types of stuff. But this story here it's got to be the first, and it's got to be one of the worst stories I've heard. But before I go any further, let's roll the clip. In this clip, you'll hear a little bit more context. You'll hear from the mother. You hear from the lawyer of the father. Red flag, but I digress. After we get done watching that, I'll talk about what was said there. Then I'll give you my 2 cents, my deep, detailed analysis, and then I'll wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Tonight, a mother says that a Cook County judge took away her parental rights after learning she's not vaccinated.
Dane Placco is at Daily Plaza with details on this story. Dane?
It may be a first-of-its-kind case. A Cook County judge here at the Daily Center has stripped a Chicago mom of her parenting rights because she's refused to get the COVID vaccine.
And he is a very sweet boy. He's my whole world.
You miss him?
I miss him more than anything.
Rebecca Furlet has been divorced for 7 years and shares custody of her 11-year-old son with her ex-husband. What had been a 50-50 split in parenting time. But on August 10th, in an unrelated child support hearing, Cook County Judge James Shapiro asked Furlet whether she'd been vaccinated. When she told the judge no because she's had bad reactions to vaccines in the past, Judge Shapiro stripped Furlet of all of her parenting time until she agrees to get vaccinated.
I think that it's wrong. I think that it's dividing families, and I think that it's not in my son's best interest to be away from his mother.
Furlet is now asking the appellate court to stay the judge's order, her attorney saying the judge has overstepped his authority.
You have to understand, the father did not even bring this issue before the court. So it's the judge on his own making this decision that you can't see your child until you're vaccinated.
We just wanted the mother to pay support.
The father's attorney, Jeffrey Leving, says while they were surprised by the order, he believes the judge is making the right call, given the seriousness of the pandemic.
And there are children that have died because of COVID. I think every child should be safe. And I agree that the mother should be vaccinated.
Leving believes the judge is breaking new ground that could play out in other custody cases as well. No word on when the appellate court will make its decision. At the Daily Center, Dane Placco, Fox 32 Chicago.
All right, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, this story is ridiculous, totally crazy, for a variety of reasons. First things first, is it even legal? Okay, law and order is an important thing. It doesn't just refer to those that want to go out there, loot, shoot, riot, carry on. It's not only directed towards them to keep them under control, keep the crime rates under control as far as violent crime, but people that do things like say, hey, if you want to go to work, you got to get the shot. Hey, you want to see your kids, you got to get the shot. Hey, you want to go outside your house, you got to get the shot. Is that legal to restrict your body in that particular way? Is it? I don't think it is, but here we are. Law and order must also apply to that type of thing to prevent that kind of thing from going on. This guy shouldn't be on the bench. He should be, I guess, disbarred, whatever that word is for removing the judge. He shouldn't be there because he's doing a thing that should not be legal. As I've said, I know family court can get really dirty, but the whole shot thing, how does that really play into it? I know it was probably a battle to get joint custody and child support. That is a battle in itself. And you've been able to achieve this thing, split custody, especially for the father to be able to achieve that. That's difficult because a lot of times it's the mom that gets full, dad might get visitation here and there. The father's a kind of an afterthought. So there had to have been kind of a lengthy thing to get this whole thing done. Then they had to go to court for child support. What's going on with that? So there's probably a lot up under the surface. But the whole thing about the shot was crazy. From what I'm reading, and this could be wrong because people say whatever when it comes to child support and kids in custody. But from what I'm reading, the father didn't even initiate it. It was the judge on his own that just said, hey, you got the shot? Just out of the blue, randomly. Do you have the shot? No? Okay, well, no more custody. No more. You can talk to him on the phone. You can, do video chat, but you can't visit him anymore until you get the shot, which effectively strips her rights unless she complies with the order and puts some into her body. And she was saying that she's had issues before with vaccines, and that's why she doesn't want to get it, because she's had prior problems. So now you are making the risk of her health just to have the rights to her own child. It's crazy. Now, to go back to the father right quick, I'm not going to necessarily say that he's not involved, because as you saw at the end, the father's lawyer said, well, we support the decision because, the boy could be unsafe around an unvaccinated mom, all this, that, and the third. I'm like, all right, see, that, if it was me in that situation, and again, I don't know them from a can of paint, from Adam, from nothing, I don't know. There could be a lot up under the surface here. There could have been an intense battle between the two of them, and the mom could be a bad mom. I don't really know. But if it was me in that situation and I felt like this was a wrong thing to do, which I think it is right now, I wouldn't go out there and say that and be like, yeah, I support the decision. I'm not going to get, even if it's a victory for me, I'm not sure I would accept a victory if it came through dirty means. Unless you got, the mom is on drugs, beating the kid or something like that. And this is my only way to be able to try to get full custody. But still, that's a really dirty way to go about it. And this is kind of what I see happen all over the country. And people, they make excuses for stuff like this before it goes down to this level. But this is what the so-called progressives do. They always go to that next level. They always, what they say, they always kind of line step. They always do it. First, it's, well, okay, if you want to continue to work here, you got to wear, your face covering, face cloth, whatever, face mask. You got to do that. Okay, no big deal. Okay, now that the shots are out, you got to get 2 shots. All right, cool, no big deal. Now you got to get a third one. Now you got to get one every 5 months, every 6 months, every 8 months. Whenever we say you got to get one, you got to go out there and get one, and you got to prove it to us on the app. So you got to get all your shots put on the app. You got to scan your barcode. Matter of fact, put the barcode right on your forehead, on your wrist or something like that. So when you come in the building, we can just scan you like you're a piece of produce at Food Lion, and we'll go about it that way. Okay, yeah, no problem. You want to go outside your house, get the shot. You want to go to a grocery store, get the shot. You want to do anything, go anywhere, get the shot. Yeah, it's not 100% effective. Yeah, you might have problems, but so what? Yeah, you can't sue us, but so what? You still got to get it. And people will support this thing all the way down till they have no more rights anymore. They'll be in a hospital suffering from this thing, even with that thing, and still be like, yeah, I support mandates. I think this kind of shows what kind of people you may have had during World War II Germany. I won't say the funny mustache guy's name because we're on YouTube and they might want to hate on me with the algorithm, but that's a different story. Anyway, we see now who would have complied during that particular point in time. We see it. When the judge, out of the blue, unprompted, says, hey, have you had the shot? No. All right. No more custody. And people just say, yeah, that's a good thing to do. Good on the judge. Where are we at, really? Why are so many people who have this shot concerned about those who don't have it? And why are you concerned about the quote unquote safety of kids anyway when it comes to this? 11 years old, I mean, they can't even get it. And even if you have the shot, it doesn't stop the spread. So why does it even matter? He can't get it. Even if the mom did get it, it wouldn't. The only thing that the shot does is from the CDC, from Anthony Fauci, from Rochelle Walensky, from the NIH, from everyone. All that it does is reduce your symptoms. That's it. It does not stop the spread. It does not stop you from catching it. Nothing. So this judge is just putting his own feelings out there, and the lawyer of the father ain't making it no better. This whole thing is ridiculous. And this is what happens when you just let little things go. Oh, I got to do this thing at the job. Yeah, it's a job, private company, whatever. I mean, at a certain point, you do have rights. You can't just say, oh, a job there, you got a private company. They can do what they want. No, they can't do what they want. You have rights as a human being, as an American citizen. And this judge is most certainly violating the mother's and the child's rights. The question is, what's going to be done? Is there going to be any kind of prosecution? Are there going to be any charges? Is it going to be any kind of disbarring? What's going to happen to these people that violate the law every single day in the name of quote unquote progression, in the name of progressive policies and being on the right side of history? At what point do we say enough is enough and no more? But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about this judge who stripped a mother of her parental rights due to not getting the shot? Whatever your thoughts on him are, let me know in the comments below. How do you feel about the father's lawyer? Or do you feel like they might have been kind of in on it? Like it was something that they put in the judge's ear? Like what's going on there? Or was it the judge acting on his own? However you feel about that, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I stand on it. I think this whole thing is crazy. It's ridiculous. And you shouldn't just be able to violate someone's rights like this because of how you feel politically. That should not be what's going on at all, point blank, period. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.